Yo, we back again. You know we never slacking off. Judah Ben, yo. Ladies and gents, get prepared for another greater event. If you never linked, then make an attempt. On Fridays, there's really no other way to be spent. Tune in, hit the link, and leave likes and comments. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Here we bring sports and entertainment weekly. They break it down deeply. Come peep me as I spit, leave most confused. Pay attention while I introduce the host and crew. Starting off, we got Tommy the host. He plugged in, his predictions transparent like a ghost. Yo, I think that he been doing this the most. He first joined in March 2013. His resume was first seen. Then we got the co-host, Mr. Socrates. His analogy surgical like a doctor squeeze. The live show was nasty like a dirty beer. Tommy and Sock, they've been friends for over 30 years. Peep me, we got the final host D-Free from out of DC. You need to wake up, you sleepy. If you're checking out the live, then you feel the vibes. Like the video, subscribe, get notified. Take a picture, cause this moment should be polarized. Tommy's legacy and resume is notarized. Whether it's Friday or Saturday, he going live. Click the bell and I promise you'll get notified. Yeah. Welcome to TD Sports Talk. Friday and Saturday. Tune in. They going live late. Word them up. Shout out to Tommy, Socrates, D-Free. Word them up, word them up. Judah Ben. Yo. Tell a friend or tell a friend, son.
Gotcha.
TD Sports Talk in the house. Let's go. Cheers, man.
Shout out to TD Sports, man. B. Norman Jr., man. See you taking pictures out there and with that New York doing big things, man. Keep doing your thing.
Champion of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, chat.
We really here just to talk about this punch. Let's get to it. Bang! Look at your man. Ay, holy shit, man. You fucking hear me hard, man. I ain't gonna lie, Crawford hit him with the chinga tu madre punch. That shit was great. Hit him with that, oh my heart, oh my God, I done did it.
Yeah. What's good? Hope everybody's doing well. September 14th, Sunday. I know it's football Sunday, but it's also the Sunday after one of the biggest fights we've seen probably in the last decade. Maybe not as far as in the ring. I mean, I thought it was a very entertaining fight, but as far as what it was for, as far as legacy, as far as titles, undisputed. Last night we saw Bud Crawford go up 2 weight classes to defeat one of the faces, or maybe the face of boxing, Canelo Alvarez, in a unanimous decision. The scores was 115, 115, 113 twice, and one judge had it 116, 112. I thought Bud may have won 10 rounds in this fight. I didn't think the fight was close at all. I thought it was pure domination, a pure ass whipping. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I got my main man, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, my man, Mr. Socrates Palmer Jr., and I got BBO Sports TV as well. Sock, what's going on? What did you think about the fight? Just the magnitude of it and the fight itself.
Okay. Well, yesterday I was a little disappointed I wasn't able to take part in the pre-fight hype, the countdown show, if you will. And I'm probably now looking back, I'm glad I didn't because I picked Canelo Alvarez to win. I thought that the natural weight was going to be a big advantage. I thought Canelo still had one last hurrah, although we had seen, kind of the diminishing of Canelo over the last 2 years. I always feel that athletes, special athletes, have that one last, great moment. I was wrong. Terence Crawford with a decisive win. In a fight that it was not a great fight, but because of the skill level in which it was contested, at one point I would say about fifth or sixth round, I turned to my father and I said, you can really see the elite level. These guys are competing. There was a lot of subtle stuff that was happening, and Terence Crawford just outfought Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez never really adjusted, and basically, he kind of has been what we've seen the last decade almost. I mean, a guy that I'm not going to say lazy, but a guy that doesn't really work as hard as you think he should, for the way he fights. And I mean, he's not a guy that's like, he's not Tommy Hearns, he's not Julian Jackson, he's not a one punch knockout guy. And normally you would think that a guy that doesn't rely on that would invest more into the breakdown of a fighter. He didn't see that in a few years, and he just got outclassed. So that's my take on things.
Okay, okay. Good
Mhm.
assessment, great assessment. I kind of feel the same way as far as his punching power. And the last 3 years, we haven't really seen him, really knock anybody out. He's dropped a couple of guys, but then kind of like carried them, for the rest of the fights. He dropped Malanga, didn't finish him, dropped Munguia. So the power was always a question mark for me. Um, I thought he was a very strong guy. He can hurt guys and the way he fights, but you know, I said this earlier today on I don't know who I was talking with, but I was saying that Canelo is overrated. But being overrated doesn't mean that you're bad or you're a bum or anything like that. You could be very good. You could be great and we could still say you're overrated. You know what I'm saying? Overrated means like, they talk about you as something better than other greats maybe or other athletes. Let's put it like that. And to me, I always thought that he was a little bit overrated. I thought he was very good. I thought, he's not a bum. I don't want to discredit but at all.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen Canelo do anything special since maybe I'd say the Cato Plant fight. The Cato Plant like outboxed him, and then he came on and he eventually he stopped the guy, right? We like to see knockouts, and it's just the way the fight panned out. Caleb always known for a bad gas tank late in rounds, but he was outboxing Canelo for most of that fight, and then eventually he got to him and he stopped him. And that's probably like one of the last great moments that Canelo's had. Other than that, he's made some title defenses and he got beat on by Bivol, right? Bivol, he looked bad, but but still, nevertheless, this was a great win for an all-time great. We can say 20 years from now to our hopefully our grandkids and say we were around and we saw one of the greats ever become undisputed in three different weight classes, and I think to me that's pretty special. You know what I'm saying? So I'll
No, I
let you go
agree.
from there.
No, I mean, we're just getting started. You could put it in neutral if you want. No, listen. I think you'd be an idiot, if you call Canelo a bum. I mean,
Hmm.
you're obviously, you can't glaze Crawford that bad because that hard. If you think that Canelo's a bum, then what the fuck did he do?
Yeah.
He'd be so stop. Let's put things into perspective. I agree. The Caleb Plant fight was Canelo's last great performance, and and it's funny because the last 2 years Canelo's been known more for avoiding the Benavidez fight, and I always
Yes.
felt that if he would have fought Benavidez, let's say right after KO Plant, he would have had an excellent chance to beat Benavidez. I always felt that the longer you wait, the better Benavidez is going to be,
Hmm.
and the less Canelo is going to, obviously age and the wear and tear, whatever. And he put it in neutral, so to speak. He fought a lot of easy fights. Was he carry? Now you can question: did he really carry those guys? I mean, obviously, him and Munguia are friends. Berlanga, who is a C-level fighter at best,
Yeah.
C plus maybe. Hey, so he's still young. So I'm not gonna call him anything other than that. But did he really carry these guys, or at this point, did Canelo have warning track power? To borrow something from baseball. Um, you know, Crawford just exploited what Canelo has kind of always been, and he's just been able to get away with it because he's the same guy. As far as if you look back, even at the Rizlandi Lara fight, a guy that really didn't cut the ring off well.
Mhm.
And last night, I actually thought his footwork was better than it's been in the past. You
I
know,
agree. I didn't expect him to have that good of footwork in this fight. I thought he was going to kind of go toe to toe to him a little bit more. He did, in my opinion. I think he did, but not as much as I thought he
hmm
would. But he moved a little bit, and I thought it was beautiful. I thought he picked his spots,
hmm
and that's what a boxing match is. You're not there to just stand there and just hit on him and wait till you get hit. You got to move. You got to use footwork, and I thought he used it beautifully.
yeah, I thought Canelo his footwork was good. The fight was won in the pocket.
Yes.
In those highlights that you showed at the beginning of the show, which was great. You know, Canelo at one point looked a little gun shy. He looked tired, which Canelo has always he's never been able to really close a show. Other
This is
than Plant.
ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, man.
I heard somebody snoring. You hear?
Well,
No, that
let's
that was me that came
smoke
with
stock
the.
for a minute and let the guy that picked Canelo in this fight.
Well, so did I. I
Thought.
picked Canelo. I just didn't do it on
Beautiful.
air.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you got to be a man to do it on air, or it don't count.
Well, I was busy. I was
Yeah,
I, I was I was adulting yesterday. So,
yeah, I
so
understand. So that means probably frying
uh,
some chicken or something. I know, but I'll just say this, man.
mhm.
To hear Socrates just go and try to destroy Canelo, it's just disgusting. It's one of them things where that's what people do. When someone loses a tough fight, all of a sudden now they never was this good. If it wasn't
He
for
didn't say it,
Canelo,
though.
this event wouldn't
Uh,
matter. So it's just outrageous to hear you guys destroy Canelo's character, who's been nothing but a plus fighter.
well, that's
Carried the sport.
I think you're troll. You got to be trolling the sipping.
He couldn't
No,
even say that with a straight face.
I,
He
now
laughed.
I'm
hold
sipping.
on.
I'm
I
sipping.
can't finish. I keep interrupting me.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, all I'm saying is simple. This is a guy who's
I'm
carried the
actually
sport
not.
with class. The most you ever seen Canelo do is probably have a beer on a ship, on a cruise ship or something. You never heard anything bad about him. Good dude. Good dude all the way around. And just to see people talk about Bud in this way. I mean, all I can say is this, all jokes aside, the snack program works. So if you were
Wow.
wondering, does it work? It does. Shout out to Marion Jones. Shout out to Sugar Shane Mosley. If you were confused or you didn't know, the snack
Woo!
program works. A man went up 3 weight classes and beat down the best fighter in the world, and no one's raising an eye. I'm not saying he's dirty. I'm just saying, did he have a drug test? That's my question. He's
Of
with a
course
known
he did.
felon. He's with a known felon who
Well,
who, who knows how to make his own drugs. So I mean, I like how you guys are quick to get on
oh
him.
man, you are
It's
Mr.
ridiculous,
Discredit today.
huh?
You are
And he
Mr.
plays
Discredit.
and he also plays at I believe a mean bass guitar. If you talk about Mr. Victor Conti, formerly of the Tower of Power group, right?
You are
If you-
Mr. Discrediting Mr. BVO boxing. I'm shocked that you come up here on this panel and totally discredit Bud Crawford and talk about the snack program, and to claim that Canelo is an A+ fighter. I mean, you I don't know you okay?
Where have you been for the last decade and a half? We've dominated boxing. We
Who's
beat
we?
uh Canelo. Canelo's dominated boxing. Canelo's beat everybody you put in front of him. You
No, he
put in a
hasn't.
you put in a souped up Bud Crawford and he won. So I mean, what do you want me to
Listen,
do? Bud
listen.
Crawford had the muscle mass of a man 25 years old. I don't know what's going on. Usually around 38, 39, you start losing muscle mass. That's not the case for
Speak,
him.
speak for yourself, sir.
I mean, well, I know you got a couple PEDs, so a couple cat
Hey,
like you.
whatever
What they call that
works.
clear that you on?
Very clear.
Yeah, the same thing you and Evander Holyfield are using. I don't know what it's called,
Evan Fields. Evan Fields.
but I'll
Um,
be honest, man. There's it's really no excuse. I'm gonna tell you one thing I found out about Canelo. Canelo just is like most Spanish fighters. It's hard to beat the tough black guy. That's all it is. Only time we seen it happen was once when Oscar kind of stole one from Pernell Whitaker because Pernell Whitaker put Oscar on his pockets. But it's very tough for a Mexican style to beat the slick black fighter.
And by the way, I thought Pernell Whitaker won that fight, but
you obviously never saw Roberto Duran fight at all, huh?
Fight
You
who?
know, you never saw Roberto Duran fight, huh? You
Well, you
know,
talking about the fight he
you,
won against Sugar Ray Leonard, the time when Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight his fight?
or when he was 36 years old and fought a 6'2" Iran Barkley.
yeah.
You never saw that. You know, you never saw when
Well,
Julio
I'm not
Cesar
50, so
Chavez
of course I didn't see it.
beat. Oh, okay. Well, there's this thing called
There you
YouTube.
go,
You might
man.
have heard of it. There's this thing called YouTube. You might have heard of it. If you're ever bored, watch Chavez, beat up Floyd's uncle. So, but anyway, go ahead.
I wish my background was a little bit better so I could tell you what I really want to say. But
Listen,
shout out to
listen.
Socrates, man, my
Hey,
African brother,
um,
man.
I was rooting for Canelo. And actually, I never said Canelo was a bum. I said anyone that would say that Canelo was a bum is an idiot. I was rooting for Canelo. Now, here's the thing. What people fail to realize, the business of boxing suffered last night.
How is
The
that?
business. Okay. So I have this thing in my, that I wanted to bring up, but a superstar lost, right? And Canelo Alvarez, a guy that kind of transcends the sport. So what happens now?
What do you mean? There's still
Well,
big fights to
Canelo's
make.
still the king.
Yeah.
There's still
Canelo's still
what?
the king.
There's still what?
There's still,
What is left? What is left?
Canelo's still the king.
it's
What is
still
left
fights to be
in North
made,
America? I'm not talking. Huh?
but there's
Does
still
Terence,
fights to be made. I mean, Terence
do you
Crawford.
think Terence Crawford fights again?
I don't know. He's saying he doesn't know. See what happened. He's talking about going back down to 160. He's not to
Okay.
back down. I mean, he's never fought at
Do
160,
you,
but he's talking
do,
about
do
fighting
you
at
think
160.
do you think by himself Terence Crawford can generate the type of interest that a Canelo fight against a mediocre guy like even a Berlanga does?
Well, you got to remember, Bud Crawford is worth $2 million with $2 million in his pocket.
Well,
So
there you go. So
boxing
that's what I
lost.
mean. That's what I'm saying. Just like see people that if okay, I understand. It's sports, right? It's a
Yeah.
meritocracy. Let the best man win. But there is something that happens when the cash cow loses. And you know who might be the happiest with the cash cow losing and maybe retiring? Give me your guess. Who I believe is the happiest?
The
And with Terence
happiest.
Crawford, being 39, and maybe he retires after this. Who do you think is the happiest guy?
The industry doesn't want stars.
There you go. Especially the way the industry is slowly but surely transforming. Right?
Mhm.
Who is the big player now in boxing? You
I mean,
saw his bald head. You saw his bald-headed ass all fucking weekend.
well, I
Okay,
don't
and he
think he's.
got cooked.
I
And
think
he
he's.
got cooked.
He got cooked,
Huh?
but he did get cooked. I don't think he's a big player yet. He's trying to be a big player. If you're referring to Dana White, he's trying to be a big player, but he's not a big
Exactly.
player right
Well,
now. I mean,
but he's got
Turkey's
the
a big
biggest.
player.
But he's got. But they're tied at the hip. No.
They are
And
at the hip, yeah.
And even if Turkey says, you know what, him and let's say if Dana White and Turkey had an argument this morning and they're no longer, Dana White's still going to go forward with boxing, and he's got a company, $1 billion company in TKO behind him. Okay, and he has a business model of the company is bigger than the actual product, so he's good paying these guys peanuts like the way he does in UFC. He has said it before that boxing needs a reset.
Well, I also said boxing needs a reset too. A lot of people have said that as a reset of pride. But what he's trying to do is really lowball lowball the athletes, the fighters, and he's trying to take a bigger piece of the pie, like he does in the UFC. Look at what the UFC generates in money and their revenue, like what they make in comparison to what the fighters are making. If you're talking about percentages, it's not. It's crazy what he makes, and he's trying to do the same thing to boxing. And I don't think it flies because fighters now, the big name fighters now, are looking for the big paydays, and for the most part, some of them are getting them right now. It's just my worry is as far as boxing. Let's fast forward, and I didn't really want to have this conversation, but let's talk about it. Is that when Turkey goes, what's going to happen? Because all these big name fighters that are going to look for the big paydays, they're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So what Dana wants to do, and he's going to probably do it with this TKO league, but he's not going to get any big name fighters. He's only going to get maybe the younger
he's
guys
gonna
that are looking for fights, the younger guys that can't find fights, you know. But when they grow, eventually those contracts run out, and they're going to go back and they're going to look to fight under the big sanctioning bodies and look for other promoters that could get them the money. You know, what Dana White is doing is and what he wants to do, I don't think it's going to work out or pan out.
I mean, let's see. I mean, because it's almost like, is Golden Boy going to be like the last, almost like the superhero that defends the boxing industry against this Lex Luthor looking motherfucker, right? You know, think about because I mean, Top Rank. I mean, you know, God bless Bob Arum, but how much how long will Top Rank turn into main events, so to speak? You know,
I
is
agree with
Todd
that
the
because especially
Mhm,
after the lawsuits that they're facing, where they
mhm,
have a TV deal, they're probably going to cut. They're going to cut staff. They probably might even
mhm,
cut fighters as well. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Only time will tell. And I think Golden
mhm.
Boy's one that doesn't like it. I don't think Eddie Hearn is a big fan of it as well either. He's just working a lot with Turkey. You know, but I think Turkey doesn't really know the business. I think Turkey just has this money and he has this, I guess let's call it fetish or whatever with boxing. I don't think he really cares. I have another opinion about Turkey and what he's really in for it for. But um, at the end of the day, Turkey's got all these people, right? And you know, as far as like the media guys and people working for him that don't are really bad for the sport right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, the guy that went and what is his name, Sean Zeidel, or that's the guy's name
Mhm, mhm,
that went at him. That
mhm.
guy's never getting a credential again. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And they block
right, right.
certain media, guys, you know, that ask the tough questions. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And you know, Pedro talks about this all the time, and Ring Talk. There's no real media now,
Yep.
and you know these guys are getting away with stuff. But you know what Dana's trying to do, I promise you, he's not going to get away with it. He's
I'll
not.
just
It's
say
not going
this,
to work
man.
out.
I think you guys are both being chicken little. We've seen guys like him for forever in boxing. They said Al Haymon would kill boxing. They said Don King would kill boxing. They said Barry Hearn would kill boxing. Boxing's not going anywhere. It's still going to be what it's always been. This is just a bit flow. It's actually been kind of an uptick for boxing. So to get caught up in what you think Dana White, this is not Dana White's first venture into boxing. Every other time he's been in boxing, he's failed. So it's not as if this is some guru who knows what he's doing. This dude could barely sell a fight with Floyd and McGregor. This is not the smartest guy in the world we're dealing with. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna land my plane here. Boxing's in a great place. Turkey's nothing but just a new guy with some money. And guess what? At some point, even though I know they're pushing it for religious reasons, they're gonna go away from boxing, like everybody does. And then there's gonna be a new guy. We're gonna say the new guy's the boogeyman. He's gonna take over boxing and take away all the fights. No matter what, man, you're gonna have the rich and the poor in boxing, and it's never gonna change. Because guess what? Emiliano was wearing suits everywhere. That's not by accident. Somebody's building him. We seen it last night. His brother Fernando Jr. Everybody had on team gear. But what did Emiliano have? Emiliano had on an Armani suit. That's not by accident.
Mm-hmm.
They're building
Well,
something with him. Abdullah
well,
Mason,
yeah.
you can see that they're building something with him. Go ahead.
No, you know what? I look, Turkey. Right now, you're right. Boxing has had people come in and out, and promoters use them like marks. Like, you know, they this guy has got the bread, but this guy has like no limits in his pocket. You know, it's ridiculous, obscene money, right? And they're in bed with billion-dollar companies, Netflix. You know, I mean, they're going to be on ESPN. I mean, TKO. It's big time money. I mean, if they go away, maybe eventually, but their impact will be felt. And you know, I think Emiliano Vargas definitely has the potential of being that crossover star, that next superstar in boxing. You know, if he's matched well, and if he, you know, keeps focused on being a fighter before he's a celebrity, I think he's somebody that could definitely pick up the mantle. But boxing right now is in dire need of a superstar now that Canelo's gone. And I mean a superstar in terms of someone who's going to sell tickets. Shakur Stevenson is great. You know, he's probably, you can make an argument, if you argue with me, he might be the best fighter in the world, but I don't think he's going to be a superstar.
Because he
You know,
doesn't
so
sell tickets as much, and I get
he
the
doesn't
point.
sell
That makes
tickets.
sense.
Yeah, and and for him, and that doesn't mean that he's not going to be a big draw or be in big fights, because he could follow the blueprint of being the villain, and maybe piggybacking off of a Latino fan base that will support the other guy and hoping to see him lose, like the way Floyd Mayweather did forever. You
But
know.
Asak, let me ask you this real quick,
Hmm.
because I don't want you to miss on this. I don't want to miss this.
Hmm.
We seen this exact game plan when Don King was putting Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. on the same card as Mike Tyson. Julio Cesar
Hmm.
Chavez was the better fighter, but Mike Tyson was the draw. There's no way that you can't see that there might be another guy who might be the draw, and he might not be the best fighter. It's not about who's the best, it's about who the people choose. And it's just that simple. If you look at what we're seeing with Xander Zayas, who I think might be that guy, I'm telling you, when he came out, I thought Muhammad Ali was behind it. I mean, when Tommy was crying, all those Puerto Ricans was crying, man, their shirts were wet when they seen Xander. I'm telling you. And when I
Listen,
see that, that excites me, because one thing people gotta get over. Julio Cesar Chavez learned from Don King, hey, Mike Tyson is the draw, but I still am the best fighter in the world.
yeah,
And
but
we seen him on so many cars with Don King. People forget that he was on cars with Don King for many, many years, but that's why I go with that too. But finish with you, so I wanted to bring that little caveat to it.
I see. I hear what you guys are saying, and I know this is, you know, let's go back to Bud Crawford and his big win. And I hear what you're saying, and it's about Bud now. Where do we go from here? Is he a superstar? Listen, last night was a big stage. It was on the biggest stage, right? It was on Netflix, free TV, pretty much. Just a subscription. You got to watch a mega fight against a mega star, right? Especially a mega Mexican star, right? And what Crawford did last night. Let's not talk about the scorecards. Let's talk about what we saw with our own very two eyes, and what everybody else saw. The 70,000 people, 70,000 plus people that were in attendance, and I don't know what the numbers are as far as the viewership. All those people saw with their two eyes. They saw, if he wasn't a star then, he's definitely a star now, because what they saw with their two eyes was somebody beat up a guy that was supposedly the guy. The guy that BVO said was a superstar, an A-plus guy. The guy that Sox said was a superstar, Canelo Alvarez. We saw that. And if people can't acknowledge that, what Bud did, and not want to see what he does next, I think you guys are wrong. And I mean, time will tell. We'll see what he wants to do next, and who he fights next, and what the numbers say. But to see a guy beat a guy, supposedly what everybody who thought was, was a not a monster, but was, one of the faces of boxing, I think people are going to want to
Look,
see what Bud
look,
does next.
not one of the faces, the face. I mean,
I
no,
mean,
don't get it twisted. I mean, no one else is making $100 million per
nobody
fight.
else is making $100 million,
So you know,
but you,
and the only guy that comes close to Canelo as far as name recognition and face recognition is Jake Paul. I mean, let's keep it a buck. I mean, we're talking about celebrity status of a fighter. There's no one else in the sport that is that. And you're right. Terence Crawford fought on the biggest stage because everyone has Netflix. It was one of the few fights that I did not have to watch on a, not legal stream. It was great. No flickering, no nothing. It was awesome. But you have to face reality. He is 39. How much longer does he, and where does he go from here?
I understand that, but as far as the big boxing fans, and we are boxing fans, and we love the sport of boxing, it's always about what we're gonna do next. What are they gonna do next? Who are you gonna fight next? And I think it's gonna grab intriguement for fans that saw this last night to want to see what Bud does next. You know what I'm saying? So my man Ofacio, salute. He says, "Who's that guy with the mustache?"
Well, he picked Crawford, and a lot of people picked Crawford. A lot of big mainstream media picked Crawford. Steve Kim, I'm sorry, not Steve Kim. Doug Fisher picked Terence Crawford. Robert Garcia picked Terence Crawford. I mean, a lot of people. Paulie Malignaggi picked Terence Crawford. A lot of people, on the inside picked Terence Crawford. So, this wasn't Buster Douglas Tyson.
Who's
Salute
that
to
man
my
with the
man
mustache?
Ofacio Falcone Jr. What's up, champ? What's going on?
What's up? Who's that man with the mustache?
I'll try to hide it as much as I can.
Yo, what did I say? Did you watch the interview yesterday?
I don't know, Soxine. I was there when you did the interview, so I know what you said, and I know who you picked too.
I picked Terence Crawford. I said, when was the last time Crawford fought a southpaw?
Mm-hmm.
And I said lateral movement beats Canelo. And I also said that all he does is march forward and throws a power shot at a time, which makes it easier for a guy like Terence Crawford, who's very versatile, to beat him. Come on, man. I know boxing, man. I'm just trying to
I know you know boxing. That's why I had you come up and do the pick'em show and analyze.
I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, it's you do it for a living. I would hope you know something.
Right? And I've been watching too much boxing. I think that's my problem.
Okay.
I actually watched that fight like 3 times already.
Really?
Yeah, just to see how he actually dismantled him.
And out of curiosity, I would like to know. I'd like to know what was your scorecards? How many rounds you thought? Was it close? Like the judges had it 115, 113? What do you thought it was?
I had like 8-4, maybe 9-3.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I had it. 8-4.
8-4, 9-3. That was good numbers to me. That was fair. I think there was rounds I don't think the rounds that they gave Canelo was like a wide margin, like he beat him by a landslide that round. I just think it was a very close round, and because Canelo landed the more effective shots, you can arguably give him those rounds. But for the most part, Crawford was fucking dominant, bro. Like he honestly, I knew he was gonna win, but he was he made a guy who was at his best look like he was nothing.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was an ass whipping. I thought it was a straight up ass whipping, honestly.
Bro, don't get me wrong. Mayweather beat him too, but Mayweather beat the little version, the less experienced Canelo. This guy beat the best Canelo that's in our era. Like that's different, bro.
That's a good question. Which is more impressive, the Mayweather fight or the Crawford fight?
Crawford fight for sure. He made to me.
You can make the argument.
It was more competitive when he fought Canelo. Early, it was very competitive. It was like a back and forth, fight when Mayweather fought him. Not saying that it was a close fight, but it was super competitive. This fight did not even look like it was fair. Like honestly.
I disagree a little bit. I thought I didn't think Canelo looked bad. I thought Crawford was just that good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when he fought Mayweather, he didn't look completely outclassed. How do I say this? Like Canelo still threw, but back then Canelo threw a lot more punches too. It could be that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't relying on one punch and everything. But then
yes,
I
agree.
He just bro, what did he really land? Name a punch that he landed this entire fight that really shocked you.
Canelo got lazy over the years, and it caught up to him.
No, I don't think that's what it was. I think it was the steroids, bro. Let's be honest. Bro, the guy got caught with steroids, and after that, when was the last time he knocked somebody out with one punch?
The Billy Joe Saunders. When was it that he popped? Was it before the Billy Joe Saunders fight?
Yeah, it was the Triple
after?
G fight. The first Triple
You
G
got
fight.
you guys are really selling like
He
wolf
popped.
tickets.
He
Because you got
popped
to
from the
remember,
Triple G
Canelo
fight.
had more
It was
fights
a
than
Triple G
Floyd did.
fight. Wait,
Oh,
say that again.
I said this to hear this to hear that like he was to hear that he was less experienced is kind of goofy because he had more fights than Floyd did. So what are we talking
No,
about?
less
Oh,
He was
experience
stop!
meaning
Come
undefeated.
like,
on, shut the fuck
yeah,
up.
but
Hey, come on, bro.
wait,
Against who?
hold on.
He's
What I meant by
trolling,
less
man.
experience, fights don't make experience because I could fight 100 bums, and you could fight 10 good fighters, and you'll have more experience than me.
He had
So
just came
honestly,
off
like,
beating Austin Trout. What are y'all talking about?
say it again.
He had just came off beating the undefeated reigning champion Austin Trout.
But he's not Mayweather's level though. That's nowhere near. Austin Trout and Mayweather like not in the same even like
I'm just saying, let's
mindset.
not act like Canelo wasn't an A-tier fighter back then.
No,
He's
he
he's
was an
been good
A-tier
since he
fighter
got
back
here.
then as well, but he wasn't the fighter that he is today.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Both of these look bad because to me, Canelo lost to two old black small fighters. Man, he gonna always be remembered for that.
I
Both these
think
dudes were
Canelo's
38 years
legacy.
old. Both these dudes were 37 years old. They were old. Mayweather was small. Bud was a little bit bigger.
I just feel like this fight, it was like the best version of Canelo and the best version of Crawford against each other.
Canelo ain't been the best version of Canelo in 5 years, man. He's been slipping for years. You got to remember, man. He got over 70 fights, man. He's been fighting since he was 15. That's a lot of miles, man.
This man, yes, I agree with that. This man was just on top of the world a couple fights ago.
5 years ago.
No, a
Even
couple
now,
fights ago.
bro,
But yeah, but
right
no, but
before,
that's
before this fight, even
that's
right
a
before
fair
Caleb
argument.
Plant. The Caleb Plant fight.
The
Yeah,
Canelo
look at
Plant,
that.
that was like a few years ago. That was
That
like in
was 5 years.
2020.
That was actually 6 years ago.
Was that
And listen,
2020?
So you guys don't have a good perception of time. That was 6 years ago.
So I mean, it's not the best version. I mean, that's what
well,
I
This
say.
is
he fights.
2025. You know that, right,
He
Sal?
he fight. The problem is he fights twice a year, so you figure okay, that you kind of go by that. But Terence Crawford looked extremely ordinary when he fought Madrimov.
Yes.
Yeah, and he
He's
was on
also
a
Terrence Crawford's also
Madrimov just
2
had
years.
a goofy
He's also
start.
2
Everybody
years
struggle
older
with
than
them
him.
Russians, man. Everybody does.
He's also 2
Virgil
years
Nobody
Ortiz
older.
beat
did
them
it.
Russians easy.
Virgil Ortiz beat him.
Yeah, but Virgil
He
Ortiz is also
didn't
on
he
his
have
Hello,
weight. That's
surgery or
also his
something,
hello,
weight
man?
class too, though.
Come on, man.
Your connection bad. Virgil Ortiz beat him.
That's also his weight class, though. That's not Crawford's weight
You
class,
know.
though.
Well, what was Crawford went up two weight classes
Also,
and
styles make fights, bro.
outclassed.
Virgil Ortiz is 6 foot
Yes,
tall, lengthy, throws a lot of punches, straight shots. So there's like two different fighters too.
I think Crawford should. I think Crawford should retire.
I think
You know, I
Virgil
think
Ortiz
there's
can
nothing.
retire
I think
right now.
there's nothing else.
He's good.
There's nothing left to prove. You
no.
know, because
Three-time
unless
undisputed.
I mean, is he going to stay at 68? I mean, I don't think that would be wise.
No,
Because
I think I agree. I think unless he takes a fight at 160 and he tries to get another weight class, another championship at that weight class, at a different weight class, but
he could,
Hillebek
like a
got
guy
3
like,
belts,
well,
man. He on his way to 160.
I could, you know what? If he wants to make some money and make more history, but remember what happened to Roy Jones. I know he's buddies with Adamas, and Adamas may be the easiest one to pick off.
out of 160. Well,
I mean,
160,
160. I mean,
it's not as light as it
Jonabek.
used to be.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie
I
to
don't
you.
think.
I can see
I don't
that.
think he'd fight Jonabek. Jonabek is a very big middleweight. That I don't know how he still makes 60.
I can see him fighting Carlos Adames.
I could see that fight.
I can see
If
that too.
Crawford fights again, I think I can see him fight Adames because I don't think he'll go back to 54 again.
Let me ask a question. I'm gonna throw this out there. What about here's a big money fight? I think if they do it in Texas.
Foster versus Jake Paul.
About
Let's get it.
Virgil, Virgil against Bud at 154 in Dallas.
That's a great fight.
See,
But
I think
I don't think Bud should take that fight. It's a young, he's very young and like on fire right now. I don't think he should take that fight. Not because he can't beat him, but because he did everything he needed to do already. I don't think he should take a tough fight. I think he should do what these other fighters are doing: exhibitions, make a lot of money, and just live your life, bro. Honestly, he did what he had to do. That's it.
it's a different era. Yeah, like I would stay away from Boots also.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's no
Hold
need
on.
to
Stay
fight
away
Boots.
from who?
Boots.
Oh my God, Boots gonna stay away from his own shadow, man. Who is Boots gonna fight, man? Stop this, man. Stop this.
All right.
You got to see who Boots fights too.
Boots is a 30-year-old prospect, man. 28 years old and ain't fought nobody but Sergey Lipinets. That's his best win.
So does Benavidez say I can still make 68? and fight the real Mexican monster.
You know what would be cool? Canelo should go knock out the Mexican Pussycat. That would be a statement.
I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only way Canelo would be able to save his legacy, even if he just stepped into the ring, because I can imagine Canelo getting roasted in Mexico right now.
I think his legacy. I think he's still good even after this fight, bro. Like, bro,
I think he's on a decline.
I think his legacy took a big hit.
Yeah.
But if he beat better,
see that's why nobody fights, because of the way Sock talks, man. That's
what do you mean? The way Sock talks. That's right. When you get paid $100 million, a lot comes with that. When you get paid $100 million,
because they're so scared of pundits like you coming on here, the great saying, "Oh, he lost something because he lost a fight." It's a fight.
Canelo Alvarez took home. Canelo Alvarez has $100 million in the bank off of last night. He's worried about pundits. Get the fuck out of here. You sound
These
crazy,
guys care
man.
about their legacy, man. You've been in there with them. These guys care about their legacy more than the average man. You got to be a cocky dude to want to be a boxer, man. You know that.
100%.
Yeah.
Nobody's fighting for the money. Let's be real. Nobody's getting punched in the face when they first start for the money. Nobody.
That's a fact.
Nobody. Everybody's doing it for legacy. I know Sock want to come up here and give us this propaganda as if guys only fight for money. That's BS, and you know it.
A lot of guys probably can't do anything else.
It was guys who were fighting for $500, man, in a Snickers bar, man. Stop it, dude. Stop it. Stop it.
I got a question. I just want to stay on topic. So, does this make Bud Crawford the GOAT or an all-time great? I mean, where do you rank Bud Crawford as far as other greats? Because that's the conversation that people are having.
No.
This is nothing more than Kendrick Lamar beating Drake. That's all it is. It's just like when Kendrick Lamar beat Drake. He had a moment. That's it. He's going back to where he was. He's had a moment. Nobody's won it in 6 months.
I got a question. You would not.
It's over.
You wouldn't rank him top 5?
No.
Undisputed top, bro. He's 3 times.
Is he better than Willie Pep?
3-time undisputed in 3 different weight
Time out. What did you just say? You said Willie Pep? No, you didn't.
Willie Pep is one of the greatest. One of the greatest fighters ever, dude.
Come on, BVO.
He is.
But of our era, I got a question. Do you guys? Let me add this. In
the last 25 years,
time fighters would beat would beat our time fighters.
Don't tell me you on that stupid. Don't tell me on that stupid Shakur shit.
Hold on, you telling me that Bud is better than Pastor Ward?
Andre Ward?
That would have been an amazing fight. That would be a good fight.
I don't think he's better than Andre Ward, man. I don't think he's better than James Toney. I don't think he's better.
We're bringing.
He's not better than Roy Jones.
He's not better than Roy Jones.
James Toney?
You just said the last 30 years, bro.
But BVO, I mean, and Sock, I mean, Ofacio's more being, but you guys are real quick to say it. But this is a serious question, because this is what people are talking about right now. They're
people that have come on. Okay, so before Canelo, who was the best fighter that he beat? He beat Errol Spence, who I told you Errol Spence was very overrated and was shot. So after that, who's the best fighter he beat?
That's a good question.
A beat down Kell Brook and a beat down Sean Porter.
Yeah. So let's pump the brakes. I mean, let's pump the fucking brakes.
Yell at me. I'm just asking the questions because these are the questions that are being asked right now.
No, which
I gave you my answer.
To be fair, but you're very, very aggressive.
They've been fighting boxing. They've been doing boxing for over 100 years, man.
Because people are stupid. There's more dumb motherfuckers.
Bud Crawford is better than Kid Gallahan. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I know we don't like to bring up these names. Is he better than Larry Holmes? Is he better than Lennox Lewis? I don't think so.
But the thing is, you can't, it's hard to compare old time fighters and our school fighters, bro.
You said he's an ATG now.
Nah, bro, we can't compare those.
No, he's one of the greatest of all time now. He's top 20.
So who's had a better career?
Let's do this.
Who had a better career, Pacquiao or Terence Crawford?
Probably Pacquiao.
Exactly. Everything is not even debate. It's not even a debate. Who had a better career, him or Mayweather? And forget the money. I'm talking about just who had a better resume.
Mayweather.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up. People ain't talking these.
Is getting caught up in the moment. Bud did something.
Exactly.
The same thing Canelo did. You know what he did? He took advantage of a big fighter he knew he could beat up. That's what Canelo's been doing the last 6 years.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he knew Billy Joe Saunders couldn't beat him. He knew them big slow guys couldn't beat him.
I also think that
beat their ears off.
Canelo's very selective. He likes fighting fighters that are right in front of him so he can punch on them.
Yeah,
Honestly speaking. If
and
you
he
get a
fought.
guy like Crawford or anybody with lateral movement, Kalen Plant, he was winning a lot of rounds until he got knocked out. He started sleeping because Kalen Plant, he has moments in the fight that he, falls asleep. But
Yeah.
I
Hold
agree
on.
with you.
You
But
said he won some rounds?
that's why in the beginning, what you said?
You said Caleb Plant won some rounds?
Caleb Plant
What?
won
Against
rounds in that fight,
what?
definitely.
Hell yeah, bro.
All I did was
Did you
I seen him sleep.
did you see the scorecards?
I seen him snoring.
Did you see the scorecards, bro?
You didn't see him snoring?
I seen him snoring, but he
He
definitely
was on
won a
his
lot
belly
of rounds up
snoring,
to the
man.
11th round of getting knocked out. Hell
Hold
yeah,
on,
he was
you might
losing.
be too young for this, but they carried him out like they did Ricky on Boys in the Hood, man. They carried
Oh
him
man, I
out of there,
watched that
man.
movie, man.
Yo, video,
That's
you ain't
stupid.
shit. Let's go
You
back
guys
because
hilarious.
in the beginning I did say I said this is why one of the reasons why I said I felt like Canelo is a great fighter, but I felt like he was overrated because he did fight guys, towards the end of their careers. He took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna flip it over to Ofacio, who's a current fighter himself, who's a young fighter, who's watched a lot of boxing. In this generation, let's go back, let's do 20 years. Is Bud Crawford top 5 in the last 20 years?
Top 5 in the last 20 years.
Pound for pound. Pound for
We're
pound.
talking about accolades or we're talking about fighters? Like
Pound for
both.
pound accolades. Let's do and
100%.
resume. Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
I want you guys to name three-time undisputed world champions in 3 different weight classes, bro. And I want you to, mind you, he just finished beating 2 guys back to back. Not Madrimov, sorry, not back to back. He just beat Earl Spence at the time that he was that guy that everybody's thinking he was going to lose to. And then Canelo went up 2 weight classes and beat a man that nobody was able to beat apparently recently.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Yeah.
In the last 20 years, name them. Go.
Nobody, but I will say this though. I will say this.
He's
Foster,
definitely
how much
top
are they
5.
paying you to
Listen,
say
listen.
this?
Wait. Let me answer the question. I
How
will
much
say
they paying
this.
him to say this?
But you're
Well, at
off the
least
hook,
top 10.
BBO. BBO, listen to me, guys, because this is very important too, and people should note this. Now he's undisputed in 2 weight classes, 3, but in two of the weight classes, how much collecting did he do? He got undisputed on 1 fight, both
Right.
times. He didn't really collect the belts.
He didn't clean out the division.
He didn't really clean out the division. He
Yeah.
was there, like Charlo.
Like Corey
When
Spinks, like
Charlo was
when
undisputed,
Corey Spinks was undisputed.
yeah,
When
and
he beat
Charlo as well. Charlo kind of cleaned out the division as well, and Canelo. He had to collect it from Kalen Plant, but yeah, Bud got it off of 1 fight.
I like what he said earlier. What's his name? Lion?
A
BVO. I
BVO.
like what he said earlier about Andre Ward though, because he did when that Super 6 came out, he was wiping out that whole. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta
right.
respect Andre. But if you ask me if
100%.
he's
Oh
one of
yeah,
the
and that
best of
too.
our
Yeah,
era, the top 10,
Facio, can I
100%
ask you
top
one
10.
question, bro?
Yeah, yes, sir.
How much they paying you to say this stuff, man?
I wish it was half. I wish it was part of what Canelo made.
I mean, man, to hear you get up here and tell the people lies with your back straight, it's amazing, man. You should write a
Bro,
book.
top 10, 100%. All
of
right,
all
let me
time.
ask you this: Who
But
is your
you're
top
doing
10?
top
Who's
10
No,
your
of
he,
all
no, he
20?
said
Who's
time.
your
no. He
top
said
10?
20 years. He said 20 years.
In the
Top 10.
last
Yeah,
20 years, who's
I'm
your top
fine
10?
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that, and then this is good to talk about because as far as all time great, listen, I'm happy to see Bud do what he did in my lifetime because I don't know if we'll ever see that again. Become undisputed 3 different weight classes, this is great. But as far as an all time great, I don't know if Bud is top 10 or top 20 ever, pound for pound, all time great. I'm sorry, there are a lot of other fighters that have better resumes,
hmm
and had better moments and better, because sometimes you need that moment, you need that dance partner. I mean, Bud's Bud's best moments is Errol Spence and now Canelo. But you have Floyd has a way better resume, and he's
I
had
think
moments as well.
I think
But
a lot of, I think he beat a lot of better people as well. Like, besides being Canelo, he also beat Cotto. He also beat Ricky Hatton. He
you
also beat
sound
a
like a
lot of
robot
others.
now. Hold on, you're in a bad. I think you're in a bad spot. Your connection. You heard Ofacio? Did he freeze? Yeah, he froze. Sock, I think Sock froze too. BVO? Or maybe
Yep.
it's me. Oh, is it me? Okay, it might be.
No,
Okay, I hear you now. Yeah, Facio froze on my end.
yeah. I think. Look, is Terence Crawford the best of his generation? Yes. I think
Yes.
he separated himself from a lot of people. So his generation, in my opinion, is like Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, the guys that he came up with. He's head and shoulders. I mean, Canelo kind of is two generations because that he started so young. So he's a part of like the Cotto Mayweather, you know, era, and then of course of the modern. But he's the man of the last 20 years. Does he have a top 20 resume all time? No, not at all. Not at all. Not if you're a real student of the game. He just, like you said, you need that other dance partner, and he doesn't have that. And a lot of it was because of politics.
Yeah.
With the PBC, top rank nonsense.
The way you put it, I agree with you now. I can see what you're talking about now. Like the last, maybe not top 10, but I do think what he did was. I do think what he did was great, though.
Oh, you can't. Yeah,
no, absolutely,
of course,
absolutely. But but this is what we're doing today, and what everybody else is doing this is what everybody's going to talk about. They're going to try to rank this guy, and rightfully so, as far as the all-time greats. Because if you're a boxing fan and you're a historian, this is what we like to do. But
so let me ask you a question. Who would be your top 5
of all time?
All time.
I mean,
the last 20 years.
The last 20 years. I mean, last 20 years, Crawford is definitely top 5, right?
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather, last 20 years, top 5.
100%.
Manny Pacquiao, last 20 years, top
Agreed.
5. 2 more. I like Andre Ward. Andre Ward, definitely top 5.
I swear I was thinking those 4 same people. I'm looking for
Andre Ward. Now the 5th guy is tough because if I name a 5th guy right now and I don't name Canelo, people may come for my throat. But I don't know.
Like, if you put Pacquiao, you got to put Canelo too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Canelo fought everybody, bro.
Now let me ask you this. Let me pause now. Does in the last 20 years, does De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, do they fall in that equation of 20 years, or I have to go back, give it an extra 5 more years, 25? Or maybe 30, right? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about years. So all right, so we don't include them. So like Canelo is probably the 5th guy. Off the top of my head, I gotta think about it some more. I'm sure somebody else would come up.
Or the current undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Whose resume is better? Usyk or Canelo?
Usyk.
Wow. And Usyk.
Come on,
that's
not even thought.
2 different weight classes too.
Everybody that people said that could beat Usyk fought him and beat him. Every single one of
them.
And
dominated.
Dominated him.
Wow, forgot about that.
But
because
Canelo, I feel like Canelo, I think his big fight, but obviously I don't think Crawford was like the biggest fight for him. I think me personally, I like seeing him against Benavidez.
That's good you brought that up because I would have forgot about it. Because sometimes in heavyweights we don't really count them as pound for pound because they're bigger than everybody, so it doesn't matter. But Usyk was cruiserweight undisputed, so moving up in weight, heavyweight. So yeah, Usyk could be the 5th guy, top 5 guys in the last 20 years.
I have a question. Are Canelo's losses bigger than his 2 biggest losses? Are they bigger than? Do they overshadow his biggest wins?
Yeah, I think so. Because I don't know what's his biggest win.
And Crawford, to be honest.
What is his biggest win, Canelo?
Yeah, honestly,
Golovkin, right? The Golovkin fights, the first 2 were disputable, right?
And you know what? That is his biggest win because then when we're talking about moments, what is his fight? His moments, right? When you talk about Duran, you think of Leonard Duran, right? Well, you think of Canelo, Triple G. They had the trilogy. That was his big fight. So yeah, that's his biggest win.
They robbed Triple G, man. That first fight.
The first fight was debatable. Right?
That wasn't no debatable. The
second fight too was close.
They said, "Give me the money, man."
Yeah. So Triple G, yeah, it would be probably his biggest win, but the 2 losses are way greater than that biggest win. Because after Triple G, then what's his next big win?
Caleb Plant, Lara. I mean, if you go on BoxRec instead of YouTube, you'll see, oh shit, he beat Lara. But did he? He got the decision.
I thought he lost to Lara.
Yeah.
Cotto. Cotto was a good fight.
I think Mayweather's biggest win is going to be Mike
Cotto
Tyson.
was a sparring match, man. Cotto did not want to win at all.
Yeah,
I disagree with you, Sock. That fight was closer than what people said it was. He lost, but that fight was close.
He didn't take any risks to win.
You're not a Cotto guy, and I get it.
Mayweather's biggest win is going to be Mike Tyson.
Mayweather.
Mike Tyson.
Danny
you know what got me mad about that fight was not even the fight.
Danny Jacobs was a good win.
Was a good win, yeah. That could be a second.
That's a very good win.
Yeah, hell yeah, Daniel Jacobs was definitely a great win, bro. Great win.
Yeah, thank you, Shaw. That's a good one.
I think
the way he did it.
Well, what got me mad about the Mayweather Tyson fight is that it wasn't even the fight; it was the captions that Mayweather put. He said, "I've never been afraid of a man. Let's run it." Bro, of course you're not gonna be afraid of this. What is he, like 68?
Yeah, and they're gonna pay him money to hold back. I mean, come on.
Nah, bro. Even if he did,
are we really talking about that? Are we really fucking gonna talk about
bro,
that?
His knees aren't even like complete, bro.
He said, "Thank you to the stash."
Come on, bro. Yeah, word, the mustache.
You know what's great? At one point, Canelo was blowing wind, sucking wind, chasing Terence Crawford. He looked like Yosemite Sam chasing Bugs Bunny. Like it's fucking he looked frustrated in there. It was crazy.
There's one moment that he was so pissed off, bro.
He looked defeated. Like his body language was like,
but you
wow.
Know what? You got.
I couldn't pull the trigger.
You gotta respect.
But he got hurt in that fight. Look at this. I'm gonna play this real quick because I thought this was funny, but I thought he was hurt on this exchange too. Look at this.
His words.
We really hit it just to talk about this punch. Let's get to it. Bang! Look at your man. Ay, holy shit, man. You fucking hear me hard, man. I ain't gonna lie, Crawford hit him with the chinga tu madre punch. That shit was great. Hit him with that, oh my God, I thought.
Honestly, I think he rolled with that punch. He got hit with it though, but he kind of rolled with it too, so it took some steam off it. Canelo doesn't. He thought he was gonna look away from that right hand, but he wasn't.
Let me ask you about this. I wanted to bring this up too before we end. What do you think about this comment that Bud made? Because he asked him, did he hit hard? Was he the hardest puncher? Check this out.
By anybody that strong before?
I've been hit harder.
No, in a real fight, not a sparring.
In a real fight. Not Avanesian, but Mean Machine hit harder than Canelo, to me. To be honest.
I was like 3 rows from the ring. Mean Machine rocked him.
Wow. Okay, he was there. Okay.
I was there. That was, and Teofimo stopped. What's his name? The African.
Comey?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was there.
I want to say this. I was there too, actually, Sock. But let me say this. I'm gonna give a fighters like a perspective on it, right? Something Andre Ward said in an interview, like I think it was a while back. He said that his coach Virgil Hunter made him like mentally prep before entering the fight, right? So I feel like the reason why he thought this guy hit harder than Canelo, Mean Machine, was not only because obviously they rocked him. He got rocked that fight. He felt his best punch this fight. And in Canelo's fight, he really didn't get hit. But I feel like his mental fortitude was like stronger than what it was years ago. Like he's taken bigger shots than that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was prepared for it. Like Andre Ward said in the interview in that interview, I wish you could find it so you could put it up. Andre Ward said that Virgil Hunter made him prepare before the fight that no matter what this man hits you with, that he's gonna take it. And when he got in the ring, he was afraid of him. But when he got in the ring, the guy hit him with shots. He was standing and coming right back with some other shots. But that was the hardest puncher you've ever faced. And I feel like just your mental, like I think he was mentally prepped for that. Like a fighter's, if you're not mentally prepped for a punch, when that shit hits you, it's gonna feel way harder than when you're like, all right, like I was expecting it.
Sometimes it's about where they hit you at too, man.
Yeah, that's another shit too. Yeah,
Mean Machine hit him really flush, like right in the head,
on the chin. Yeah,
and he was on his knees begging for his life, so of course he gonna get that.
There's also
everything Canelo hit was if y'all notice, remember they was icing Bud's arms. That wasn't by mistake. That was a super smart tactic to ice his arms up because we seen him. Canelo's a master at pulling that guard down, and he couldn't do it this fight.
Yeah.
But that's why you don't fight no dude that know how to wrestle, man, because they always stinky strong.
Crazy. I was thinking about starting to wrestle. No shit.
But that's
Yeah.
funny that he says that because I remember that fight with Green Machine. I wasn't 3 rows away from the ring like Sock was, but he rocked him, and I think he should have got credit with a knockdown in that fight, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't count it as a knockdown.
Mhm.
And we've seen Bud get kind of buzzed before. I mean, Gamboa rocked him.
Man, that wasn't no rock, man. He just caught him with a left one.
But
Get out of
he
here.
still rocked him. He had him kind of dancing a little bit. Come on, man. You always discredit. Can we give credit?
You can't swim without getting wet, bro. This is boxing. Mayweather's
Yeah,
been
of
hurt.
course. But I'm saying, but we gotta
Mayweather
call
was
it
hurt.
before we see it.
Pacquiao was hurt. Canelo was
Yeah.
hurt.
Only person
Everybody
we
was
really
hurt, bro.
seen swim like that without getting hurt is your boy Shakur, man.
That's
That's the only guy I really seen who be well. The baby said he almost got knocked out, but he
Yeah,
do
but
it. You know what's funny?
he
One
wasn't
thing,
hurt. I was there. I saw it was a good punch, but he was not. He was far from hurt from
you
that
know what I
punch.
would say? I've never seen a guy, and this might be a little hyperbolic, but I've never seen a guy make fights look so easy like Shakur. I don't know
appreciate
what
you,
it
Kurt.
is. He make them fights look real easy, man.
Yeah, bro.
It's like
Crawford's like,
I've never seen Willie Zepeda do that. That's the same thing Bud did with Canelo. He made that fight look really, really easy. Everybody been so scared of Canelo, they forgot he was human.
you know what it
Yeah,
is?
but
When I met Shakur, right? When I sparred him for Lloyd Schofield, he was like he very similar to me in a way that I watch boxing like all the time, bro. I'm obsessed with this shit, right? And I feel like, for example, if you want to learn how to beat a guy who comes forward relentlessly, you watch a fighter who a great fighter or any just fighter that beat a guy who came forward relentlessly. You know what I'm saying? There's a blueprint to beat those type of fighters. Or when you see a fighter beat a boxer, there's a blueprint to beat that boxer or something like that. And I feel like Shakur, like his style was like made for that fight, bro. Like it was perfect, bro. And he's seen it 1,000 times. That a perfect fight to watch for that was Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya.
hmm
Mayweather was on the ropes, catching and shooting. Oscar De La Hoya was throwing a lot of
yeah,
straight shots. And what he do? Dominated him, bro. And
yeah,
Shakur just took that into his own thing. And the only difference was it was a southpaw versus southpaw, but same
yeah.
shit, bro.
And it's
I
like
just,
like Sock was saying earlier. I think Shakur might be the best pound for pound fighter, in the ring. I
100%.
mean, I know Sock likes to talk about superstars and guys that are attractions that make money, but
Thank you, bro.
as far
Thank you,
as in the
Justin.
ring skills, I think Shakur might be the best.
100%. I agree
You
with
know.
that. He was, yeah, for sure. For sure,
But
but
bro.
with
yeah.
that being said, I don't know if anybody else is going to come up. I thought Ishe was going to come up, but Obasio, man, thanks for coming out, giving us the professional perspective on last night and ranking it. You're the youngest guy right on the panel right now. As
Hell yeah.
far as this generation greats, he's definitely a great, an all-time great. But as far as like top 5, top 10 all time, I can't put Bud in there. I can put him in for the last 20, 25 years. I think he's top 5. I think that's a better argument.
Yo,
But
last thing before I get out of here. One
yeah.
question, right? It's about the TKO Boxing League. First off, what do you guys think about it? And secondly, did you guys see that Dana White and the Turkey guys arguing? Or was it just me?
We were talking about that about an hour ago.
Yeah, they were. It looked there was a lot of talking with them back and forth. I don't know what's
He
going
wanted
on.
him to announce. So what's going on is he's supposed to announce the TKO Boxing League stuff
Okay,
and like info on it. And for some reason, Dana White does not want to do it.
he
That's what
doesn't
I'm
want to do
getting.
the
Like,
TKO league.
no, he doesn't want to announce it. Like say what he was supposed to say about it. That was the big announcement from what I was hearing.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I think the TKO league is something different. It's going to be something good, especially for a lot of young fighters. I just don't know what the structure is going to be as far as like when those guys grow. Like I don't know if I personally think he's going to do it and treat it sort of like the UFC. And if that's the case, if a star is made out of that league, are they going to get paid fairly and accordingly to what they deserve?
I feel like,
Go-
damn, I don't want to say nothing crazy, and then later on you go back to it and end up
Hmm.
fighting Turkey. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So, but um,
you don't have to
I feel
say
like
anything.
there's a lot of favoritism. Put it like that, bro.
Mhm.
That's it.
Well,
I don't know.
last night you got a glimpse of it because they put two guys that should not have been anywhere near pay per view or a
Yeah.
big, you know, I mean, Kalen Walsh and Vargas as the co-main. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I
really?
thought Caleb Walsh was gonna lose, and he won.
Yeah, you did. You
I'm
did
not gonna
pick.
lie.
You
That
did
was
pick
crazy.
Vargas to win by knockout. You did.
No, I thought Vargas had it in him, but something that fight, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can't. He just
And
maybe he was like the It could also be that it was a lot of fucking people there too, bro. The co-main.
Yeah.
What was it, like
And
70,000 people in attendance, bro? That's a lot of people. Maybe that got him like starstruck a little bit. Maybe stage fright.
You know, I
and
think
the Saudi kid that fought that, I mean, a 10 rounder, a Kel, come on, man.
Yo, bro, that's what I was saying, bro. Yo, I wasn't the only one that said that. Then I was trying to I don't want to like diss anybody, but that was crazy, bro. A 10 rounder against, and then it was a 7-4 dude, and a 5-0 guy. It was a 10 rounder, and I don't know, but when you see BoxRec, he ain't fighting nothing on that level.
Yeah.
And what was it? It was the main event, the co-main, and him, and he was above like the other two fighters below him, and I was like, that was crazy, bro. On the main card is crazy.
What's crazy is that another thing people don't mention also is so first off, I think the reason why they put Kalen Walsh and Vargas as the co-main event is probably they didn't want to put Lester and Mobilia the co-main event because Bomac was working Lester's corner and then the main event was his fighter as well. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but TKO or Turkey had two guys from Loeffler. He had Kalen Walsh on the card, right? And Boacek. That's two Loeffler guys, of which Dana White works with. Dana White works with Tom Loeffler on 360 Promotions, especially when he has them on, on the UFC Fight Zone or Fight Pass. So he had two fighters on that card.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting as well. Nobody really speaks about that.
And to answer that guy's question in the comments, he said they paying $150 a round. That's not what's going on. What they're doing is they're trying to give. So you know how there's fighters out there that fight for free sometimes because they don't have either they only have enough money to pay for the bout or whatever the case may be. So they're making it so that even small promoters have to pay fighters at least $150 a round to make it worth it. So at least every fighter gets paid some way somehow.
I see what you're saying, and that's a girl. It's a Shawa. It's a female, not a man. This is I know you can't see. You're in the car. So salute to my man, Crush the Legend. Salute.
Man, we know what they should have did. They gave Maelo that rematch on that card against this Kalen Walsh guy. That would have been.
They should have. That would have been a way better fight.
That's what should have happened.
Yep.
Let's clear up this. Because Milo dropped him 3 times. Or was it twice, 3 times, something like that?
I want to say 3 times, but it could have been twice where he touched the floor. I mean, I don't want to get into it again because I get upset every time I talk about it. But that was bullshit with Kalen Walsh and Maelo because Steve Willis, terrible ref.
Sell out.
Like I said, bro. That's my favorite ref because of his facial reactions. Bro, you can't blame him. You can't blame him for not seeing a knockdown if you're looking 3 different directions, bro. Come on, bro.
I wonder what his expression was when that Zell hit.
I'm sorry.
Right? His eyes went 4 ways, bro.
Wait. Let me pause. I gotta correct myself. She's a lady. My bad. I said it incorrectly. I'm rushing my words. So, my apologies.
She gotta hold you accountable for that because I didn't know.
I know I fucked up. Yeah, that's on me.
It's your fault.
Yeah. But Ofacio, man, appreciate you, man. I don't know if you want to or if you can, but you want to let us know when you're gonna maybe be back in the ring?
Nah, man, I'm retired, bro. No, I'm
you sound like Keyshawn. You retired?
I'm retired, man. Until Top Rank. No, I think Keyshawn's coming back, but that's another story.
Of course he's coming back. Yeah,
100%. He's just trying to get out his Top Rank contract and it's due at the end of the year. That's what's really going on. But
okay,
keep it like that. But I'll be back. What was it? October 4th. So I'm just going to go get active in Mexico. Then I'm gonna come back in Atlantic City in December 6th.
Atlantic City. Okay.
Atlantic City, December 6th. That's on a Saturday.
So in a few weeks, like 3 weeks in Mexico, and then Atlantic City. I think that's Lamana's promotion.
Yep, and that's his last fight. I'll be on that. I'll be fighting an 8-rounder there, and then after that, from what I'm hearing, I'm supposed to sign a contract soon, anyways. But once we do that, I'm supposed to be February on the Ring Magazine thing. So we'll do that.
Oh, that's what's up, man! I can't wait. We're gonna be there. I'm not gonna be in Mexico. I'll tell you that much. So I can't be there. But Atlantic City. Atlantic City, I'm sure Sock will be able to drive me up to Atlantic City for that fight. Right, Sock?
I don't know. I got a package that's tracking for that week. So let's see.
Jesus Christ.
My what? My wife is 6.5 months pregnant.
So she that pack. Okay.
Yeah.
This is December, right? So it's at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. If it's December. He said December 26th?
No, I thought December 6th.
December 6th.
December 6th. I
December
saw.
6th. Okay.
I saw when Cornflake put it up that that was his go away fight. BVO, can you make 60?
Say it again.
Yo, can you still make 160?
You funny, Ron Jeremy. Hey, one more word out of you, man. I'm calling Ice to come pick you up.
Foxy, you're on mute. Say it again. I can't hear. What is he saying? Yeah, you're choppy though. You sound like it's a robot. It's like static.
You must be in Philadelphia.
I got those big fights lined up. I'm back. I've always been in the gym. Just for everybody that's watching, I've always been in the gym.
Yeah, your connection is bad, Alfonso.
More than meets the eye. Sounds like Shockwave.
Alfonso got that phone he went off that Telemundo site. It's not working.
Yeah, I got that.
Alfonso, your connection is
got that African headset on. From the
All right,
very good, very good, brother.
We'll probably bring you back one day. Just us.
Yeah, you know how Sox say Andy Cruz.
So still saying that he's got a fight. He's got a fight in Mexico, and then in December. Yeah, you sound like a robot.
Everybody better now.
Nah.
Sound just as bad.
Everybody.
All right, bro. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate y'all.
Come on, man. You know my man Alfonso living that medical equipment, man. Why you pull up on him?
Oh man. The next time you come to New York, I'm gonna tell Alfonso to punch you in your stomach.
Hey man. Why you want somebody to hit the black man? That's it.
Because you be talking crazy, bro. You be talking reckless, man. You be sounding like Sock sometimes, man.
You know what's funny?
Y'all be hating on
whatever he do to me, I'm gonna do to you.
How I hate on Bud? I was the only one. I was the only one that was picking Bud when you guys were glazing that alcoholic Errol Spence.
Oh,
that bum.
That
overrated.
You're right. You got that one. I did pick
that overrated fighting fixed fights.
Wow. You know what? You got it. I picked, but you didn't pick Bud last night. You picked Canelo. I picked Bud.
I did.
Yeah. So you should have stood with it.
I like Terence. Look, Terence Crawford has always given an honest fight. That's the one thing you cannot, he's never in a boring fight. He always gave a good effort, and he deserves all the flowers that he gets. I want to see him.
How did his gloves explode when he fought David Avocado?
David Avocado.
I think them gloves exploded.
I think I'm gonna call it. I mean, this is good. This is funny. I appreciate you guys coming up and we talking about it. I'm sure people are gonna talk about it some more this week. We might talk about it again. Bud, all-time great, or just a great all-time great in the last 20 years. That's the debate. I feel like it's not debatable, but definitely an all-time great. Nevertheless, we got to see greatness last night, and I'm glad to say that I witnessed that. I could say 20 years from now, I saw a guy come up 2 weight classes and become undisputed for the 3rd time in 3 different weight classes.
Yeah. Listen, Terence Crawford deserves all the credit.
117, 115.
Excuse me, sir. That math ain't mathing. I had an 8-4.
Oh, okay.
8-4 for Crawford. By the way, we haven't mentioned the passing of Ricky Hatton, who not an all-time great, but Ricky Hatton was over like a motherfucker. He was. He had
you talking about the
England
dude that
on
had Tyson
fire.
Fury pull his gloves up when he was cheating Wilder? That dude.
I don't. Was he involved with that? I don't.
Yeah,
were they cool?
The first fight, he pulled. There was a scene where he pulls the gloves. The gloves were flopping. That was the first fight. Remember, he was his trainer in the first fight, the first Wilder fight. But let's not go to that. Yeah, Ricky Hatton was the trainer of Tyson Fury in the first fight. But let's not go to that because BBO's throwing you off. Go ahead and cook. I know you met Ricky Hatton as well, right?
Yeah, so Ricky was cool, man. Look, Ricky Hatton, man, it's crazy. Has it been confirmed that it was a suicide or an OD?
I haven't read anything, to be honest.
Too much fish and chips.
Fish and chips and Guinness, but Ricky Hatton had England on fire, man. That Blue Moon shit. He made an all-time great quit in Costa Zoo. Yeah, he lost his 2 super fights, but a lot of fighters have lost super fights. He lost to Manny and he got stopped by Floyd. But hey, Oscar lost more super fights than he won. So don't. Ricky Hatton was great. Ricky Hatton was great for boxing, and I was really shocked when I saw it this morning. I woke up this morning looking for the Inoue fight results, and then I see that come across my phone. I was like, wow. 40 fucking 6, and yes, I did get a chance to meet Ricky Hatton when he was in New York and shared a beer with him, and he was a good dude, man. Very, very, very humble, and I'm glad he made the Hall of Fame before he passed, right?
Yeah.
He got his flowers alive, which is something that, which is important. I hate when people get love when they're gone. It's just fake bullshit. You know what I mean? But rest in peace, Ricky Hatton, a fight fan's favorite fighter type of. He was must watch TV, man.
Yeah.
Shit. That arena. Even though he lost that fight when he fought his last fight against that Russian, just watch the intro. That shit was crazy.
What's crazy is that he was supposed to fight again in December.
Yeah, he had a fight lined up in December. Yeah, which is a real one, not an exhibition.
Yeah. So that's right. I mean, but yeah, R.I.P. To Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton was what he was. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I when we talk about Hall of Fame, and that's another conversation. I look at Hall of Fame as certain fighters. I honestly didn't think he was a Hall of Fame fighter, but I thought he was good enough to watch, and I thought he was very entertaining. I thought he was very funny as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the training, what was it called? The 24/7 with the fight versus Manny. Was it with versus Manny when he had Floyd Sr. training him? I thought he was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So Ricky Hatton was good. The intros was great. He came out stuffing his belly as Ricky Fatten. And he made a joke of it. He because they were calling him Ricky Fatten. He made a joke of himself. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Ricky Hatton and and my condolences to his family.
Yeah, look, selling tickets is a big part of boxing. You could be great, but no one give a fuck about you. Ricky Hatton, was putting 50, 60,000 people, in every arena in England, and they was traveling to Vegas. Okay, before Conor McGregor, they were getting on that plane. They were getting on that plane for Ricky Hatton. So
that's true.
Yes, he is a Hall of Famer. I mean, there's a lot of guys that that can't sell out a fucking high school gym, right? And are great fighters. Ricky Hatton was a draw and a very good fighter. I mean, he beat up Costa Zoo. He beat up my boy Paulo Malignaggi. He beat good fighters. Juan Lascano. The Collazo fight was very close.
Yeah, that was very close.
Very close. But and he lost to the 2 best fighters of his era.
Yeah. What the fuck we mentioned, right?
Yeah. I mean, so
right.
I mean, Ricky Hatton, I was really bummed out, man. Ricky was a real good draw, good TV, good fun fight. I always wanted to see. I thought they could have made a fight with him and possibly Diego Corrales, but it never happened. But yeah. Did anyone see the Inoue fight yet?
No, I did not. I have not seen anything. None of those fights in Japan today. So
yeah, I heard he dominated MJ.
Yeah, I'll probably try to see if I could see a replay later on tonight. But with that being said, BVO, if you don't got anything, we're gonna close out. I appreciate everybody that came through and watching on the replay. This was another good one. Open conversation about Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, just boxing. Good boxing talk, and that's what we do here. So appreciate everybody that came through, and we'll catch you guys in the rebound. Definitely next Sunday we'll be back with Tales from the B-side. We already got a fighter lined up. So look forward to that. And then this Thursday, Keep It in the Ring with Rich Mancuso. And then look out for any other interviews that we may be doing later on this week. So with that being said, peace, love, and have a good night, everybody. And we'll see y'all soon.